Hi guys, we are back with the new episode of Inheritance. Okay, so let's see what's happening in that stupid boardroom. George, do whatever you have to do to stall that vote. But nothing. There's only one item they would be voting on right now, and it's the reason Dante insisted on talking with the board himself. He convinced them to make him interim CEO. That's supposed to be me. And I'll be damned if I let that happen. Yes, girls, stop him. Whoa, it ended. Let's play the next one. Let's stop our half-brother. Okay, we're back. Chapter 2, the first attack. Doing your best to disguise the smell of alcohol. Oh shit, we're drunk. You rush back to the Vitality office and burst into the board meeting in progress. How are you gonna fight for your right when you're drunk? Dante, you underhanded son of a bitch! Look at his smile. Well, that's no way to speak to the interim CEO now, is it? You're not the CEO, mate. This is why you wanted to handle the board? To try and snake the top spot? Well, guess what? You can be CEO over my rotting corpse. Then I suggest you break out the mealworms because the deal's just about done. He gestures to the members of the board sitting around the table. Most stare at you impassively. General counsel. Others analyze you, waiting to see your next move. So you're not gonna do anything to stop him? Really? Oh my gosh, I hate their smile. You glance over to the head of the table and find Vitality co-founder and Trey's father, James Thibodeau II, presiding. What are you doing here? If all of this was legit, then why wasn't I informed? You know board votes are private, Ronnie. The fuck do you mean by that? I'm part of this private meeting. You're voting to fill my father's position before they've even cleaned his blood off the floor, and you think I don't at least deserve to know? I'm his daughter, for Christ's sake. One of his daughters, illegitimate at that, and it doesn't matter what you or anyone else thinks. The bylaws are clear. Dante pulls out a worn book and chucks it onto the table in front of you. Vitality bylaws. I know that only children who share the last name of the founders are granted board privileges at the age of maturity. Ergo, you don't belong here. Ergo, shut the fuck up. Fueled by your midday happy hour, the blood in your veins boils, evaporating your inhibitions as your words pour forward. Don't recite this to me. I've known it word for word since I started working here as a teenager, which is how I know that you missed one. You flip through the book clumsily, until your fingers find the page you're looking for. An interim CEO can only be chosen by the board if the acting CEO is incapacitated. I'd call getting your head blown to smithereens incapacitated, wouldn't you? That's more than enough. What are you gonna do? James' usually soft-spoken voice cuts down Sabrina's glib comment, and as she sinks down into her chair, he turns to you with wide eyes. Ronnie, has your father's condition changed? Shouldn't you know about this since y'all are the top dogs in charge? Aren't you supposed to know what's going on at the hospital as well? Why are you asking me if I'm that irrelevant, huh? As every eye in the room finds you with astonishment, realization dawns on you. They were locked in here during the broadcast. Oh. They have no idea what the doctor said. Okay, maybe I could use that. Your mind racing, you make a snap decision. I should lie my ass off, tell the truth. Well, as much as anyone would think lying is gonna pay off, it's never gonna pay off, so let's go for the truth. If the board calls my bluff and finds out I lied, I have no more credibility left then. They wrote Dante, and immediately my only choice is to tell the truth, yeah. With a sigh, you bow your head. Not much, but his doctor just announced he's been in and out of consciousness. Which means it's still touch and go. Sounds incapacitated to me. Like you so lovingly pointed out, it doesn't matter what any of us thinks, it matters what the bylaws say. And if he's vacillating, we have no way of knowing whether he's in or out at this exact moment. We need to wait until things are more definite. An uncertain murmur goes up around the conference table, and Dante's mood sours. Aw, did I rain on your parade? This is ridiculous. I'll just call the hospital. If Dad's really awake, then I'm sure he'd love to hear from me. As Dante pushes a button to open the line on the conference phone, you jolt forward. End the call. Why? I can't let you do that. Because you know when I call, Dad won't be able to pick up. No, because Dad is resting and doesn't need to be disturbed. You grab the console just as Dante gets his hand on it, and he yanks hard enough to send you jerking forward. Mate, stop getting violent. You slam into the side of the table with a hard thud, and the board members jump. Oh, Dante, that's enough. All around the room, expressions of shock and horror stare back at you as the scene unfolds and an idea comes to your mind. Trey said Dante is impatient and will always come at me directly, which leaves him open to making costly mistakes. If I can goad him into acting out in front of the board, maybe I can convince them he's not the best pick after all. Nice thinking. You scan the room for anything to help you trigger him, and your eyes land on the bruise developing on your wrist from where he held you too tightly. He flipped his lid when I called him Bull earlier. I bet if I told the story of how he got that nickname, he'd act out so badly, the board would have no choice but to see him differently. Go, Dante. Same old bull, I see. You bet I will. You bet I freaking will. You grin, then project your voice so the whole room can hear you. That's okay, I'm used to it. This is just classic bull. You see the rage building in Dante's eyes as the name resonates. What did you just call me? Bull, you know, like Dad nicknamed you, but I guess no one else here knows that story, do they? Uh-oh. Sabrina scoots away from the table, but you just keep pressing. Dad brought Dante in on a high-profile case when he was fresh out of college, thinking it would be a good idea for him to get some experience. But instead of helping him seal the deal, Dante got pissed off at one of the richest men in our books and challenged him to a fist fight. Excuse me? Stop talking now. Or what, you'll hit me? Dante is clearly a loose cannon. It won't be the first time. First one. Is this really who you want running our company? I mean, if he can't control himself now in front of you, how long until Vitality CEO in jail becomes the next headline? I can too control myself. In his rage, he yanks the phone console from your hands, his chest heaving. You gesture to him as you look around the room. Ladies and gentlemen, is this fooling you? I mean, he's 2 seconds away from yelling, "Me Tarzan, you Jane." Oh my god, she is so ruthless. All around the table, board members take in Dante's wild look and sweaty face, seeing for the first time the brother you know. As he sees their disapproval, he sneers. They already voted for me, they can't take it back, so you're wasting your time. Actually, nothing is set in stone. Since we didn't finish the vote, it could be argued that a more suitable replacement be found. More suitable? Dante's eyes find you across the table and fill with murderous rage. What were you saying about mealworms earlier? I'll kill you! Before you can think, Dante launches the phone console at your head. I should duck. I'm just gonna hit someone else. Let's create some drama. You dive out of the phone's path. Unfortunately, Ariel behind you doesn't. Ah! As she clutches her eye, you revel in the horrified look on Dante's face. Oh, damn, Dante, what did she ever do to deserve that? Ariel, I'm so sorry. Don't you come near me. She scurries toward the door, calling for security with every breath, and Dante looks at you, furious. Look what you made me do. In seconds, he scaled the conference table, knocking over the water and soaking everyone's notes. Dante, control yourself. This is way easy. Way too easy. But it's too late. Dante pops up in front of you, eyes blazing with murderous fury, and you artfully dance out of reach. It's a good thing you got closer. You can hit the broad side of the barn. Rah! He lunges at you, tackling another board member, only to just miss. It just blows my mind that Dad made me do sports because I ran like a girl, but he somehow missed your awful throwing form. Oh my god. How's this for awful? He stands completely still and watches Dante. He used the last full pitcher of water at you, only to end up splashing Sabrina. Damn it, Dante, this skirt is vintage. Are you insane? Is no one stopping this? If this is what you call giving it all you've got, I can see why your first and second wives left you. God. Marjorie and I used to call you the little engine that couldn't. As you circle the table, Dante quickens his pace and launches at you, again, this time tackling you to the luxury carpeting. Gotcha! Dante, get off her. The room erupts in chaos, but just under the din, you whisper gleefully, "Thanks for making the first move, big bro. Now everything I do to you will look like self-defense. And I've got a lot of pent-up rage I need to work through." I should grab Dante and choke him with his tie, shove his button up over his head. Second. With both hands, you yank his fancy dress shirt up, trapping his arms and head in the fabric. What the? He struggles bumping into the table and you drum a bongo beat on his exposed stomach. Remember when you did this to me as a kid? I think it's payback time. Finally freeing himself, Dante shoves you away. You try to escape his wrath, but Dante grips you by the collar and rams you into the TV. Dark glass shatters all around you, and as you catch sight of the board member's horror, you play up your reaction. Oh! Dante hauls you to your feet, repeatedly slamming you into the broken machinery. Dante, that's enough. I've called security. They'll escort you from the building. I don't care. I've had more than enough of this filthy bastard. With every slam, Dante gets closer until his breath goes across your face. How dare you try to come in here and take my birthright? When will you learn, bull? Sensing your opportunity, you draw back with all your might and take aim. I should punch his face. Contrary to Dante's wild rage, you counter with a single controlled punch. Immediately, he relinquishes his hold on you and grips his face. Ah! You can't control the business until you can control yourself. Dante's left eye swells and you spot a cut on his cheek. Damn it, Ronnie, my face. I think you've got bigger problems, pretty boy. You nod to where security is filling in, and finally, reality breaks through Dante's rage-based haze. There he is. He needs to leave. Roughhousing. You got the better of Dante. I can't believe this happened in such a high-tech and high-prestige company or business. Like, what the fuck? I couldn't agree more. I was so afraid. You little... A security guard claps a hand on Dante's shoulder, and as more pile on, he fights like hell to shake them off. No, this is my company. I'm the new interim CEO. You can't do this to me. Slowly, they drag him to the door and you wave smugly, only for the sound of an open phone line to stop you all in your tracks. South Bay Hospital, how can I assist you? What? Someone called the hospital? Now Daddy Dearest is gonna know what happened? Oh shit. What if I get stripped of my chance to become a CEO as well? Because technically, we both were in the fight. I mean, anything could happen. Let's find out in the next chapter. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.